Check out Navin Lalo streaming network for all your streaming needs. We provide multiple angles, video and photo slides, clean audio, recording a full live stream. Contact us at 335-0205. Remember the name, Navin Lalo Streaming Network, bringing real-time events to you.
For all your live events, make sure to choose Swanky Lights, where we specialize in all your lighting needs. Contact us at 358-9305. Swanky Lights.
गणपति विघ्न विनाशनहारे गणपति विघ्न विनाशनहारे जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय
गणपति जय जय मूरत ले देख जननी जब तुमक चलत वो पुरजनकारी मूरत ले देख जननी जब तुमक चलत वो पुरजनकारी रिद्धि सिद्धि जो चावडुलावत रिद्धि सिद्धि जो चावडुलावत सुर समो नहीं गोड सुकारी गणपति विघ्न विनाशनहारे गणपति विघ्न विनाशनहारे जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति
जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय जय आह कष्ट हरन आह दुख हरन तेरा नाम रामा हो कमल नयन वाले रामा हो कमल नयन वाले आह कष्ट हरन आह दुख हरन तेरा नाम रामा हो कमल नयन वाले रामा हो कमल नयन वाले गत में तेरे आभा समाए गत में तेरे आभा समाए तू ही सभी का सच्चा सहाय तू ही सभी का सच्चा सहाय तू ही है सारी जगत का रचैया तू ही है सारी जगत का रचैया हाथों में तेरे लगाम है राम आह कष्ट हरन आह दुख हरन तेरा नाम रामा हो कमल नयन वाले रामा हो सुनाए महिमा तुम्हारी, कैसे सुनाए महिमा तुम्हारी। नहीं वाणियों में शक्ति हमारी, नहीं वाणियों में शक्ति हमारी। सब प्राणियों का तू ही है दाता, सब प्राणियों का तू ही है दाता। सब है तुम्हारे गुलाम है राम। आहा कष्ट हरन, आहा दुख हरन, तेरा नाम रामा हो कमल नयन वाले राम। रामा हो कमल नयन वाले राम। मन में हमारे भक्ति जगा दो, मन में हमारी भक्ति जगा दो। अपने चरण का दीवाना बना दो, अपने चरण का दीवाना बना दो। तेरा मधुर नाम प्यारे रमैया, तेरा मधुर नाम प्यारे रमैया। जब तेरा ही आतुयाम है राम। आहा कष्ट हरन, आहा दुख हरन, तेरा नाम रामा हो कमल नयन वाले राम। रामा हो कमल नयन वाले राम। रामा हो कमल नयन वाले राम।
गोविंद रामा। अब जय जय गोपाल रमा, गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा।
जय जय गोपाल रमा,
गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा।
जय जय गोपाल रमा,
गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा।
गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा।
गोविंद रमा बोलो गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा। गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा।
गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा।
केशव रमा जय जय माधव रमा।
केशव रमा जय जय माधव रमा।
केशव रमा बोलो केशव रमा जय जय माधव रमा। गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा।
गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा।
दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ।
दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ।
दुर्गा काली माँ बोलो दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ। दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ।
काली माँ जय जय दुर्गा काली माँ।
गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा।
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 गोविंद रमा बोलो गोविंद रमा बोलो गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा। गोविंद रमा जय जय गोपाल रमा।
रमा जय जय गोपाल।
ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण।
ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण।
बोलो ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण।
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 ओम नमो
Hari Om Namo Narayana, Hari Om Namo Narayana, Hari Om Namo Narayana.
धन जग जननी भवानी हो रामा, भवानी हो रामा, अछल बलधानी धन जग जननी भवानी, धन जग जननी भवानी हो रामा, भवानी हो रामा, अचल बलधानी धन जग जननी भवानी। जगमग जगमग ज्योति विराजे, ज्योति विराजे, जगमग जगमग, जगमग जगमग ज्योति विराजे, ज्योति विराजे, तेज प्रताप निधानी हो रामा, निधानी हो रामा, अचल बलधानी धन जग जननी भवानी, धन जग जननी भवानी हो रामा, भवानी हो रामा, अचल बलधानी धन जग जननी भवानी। महिमा गमा अपार तुम्हारो, अपार तुम्हारो, महिमा गमा, महिमा गमा अपार तुम्हारो, अपार तुम्हारो, शीश सुरासन जानी, शीश सुरेश न जानी हो रामा, न जानी हो रामा, अचल बलदानी धन जग जननी भवानी, धन जग जननी भवानी हो रामा, भवानी हो रामा, अचल बलदानी धन जग जननी भवानी। दुख हरणी सुख संपत्ति भरणी, संपत्ति भरणी, दुख हरणी, दुख हरणी सुख संपत्ति भरणी, संपत्ति भरणी, करणी सकल कल्याणी, करणी सकल कल्याणी हो रामा, कल्याणी हो रामा, अचल बलदानी धन जग जननी भवानी, धन जग जननी भवानी हो रामा, भवानी हो रामा, अचल बलदानी धन जग जननी भवानी, धन जग जननी भवानी हो रामा, भवानी हो रामा, अचल बलधानी धन जग जननी भवानी।
प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, आर्य शक्ति दुर्गा माता की जय। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sab koi Sitaram, Sab koi Sitaram. On behalf of my beloved Pitaji and Mataji and our extended family, we take this opportunity to welcome all of you to a very special day in the lives of our parents. Special welcome to Pandit Jodi and my beloved cousin Vidya, and to all of you who have come from far and near. My mother cousins are here, and I know many will join during the course of the evening. Special welcome to members of Durga Shakti and also our own Sitara Mandir group who is joining with us tonight in Satsang. Special welcome to my nephew Roshan, who surprised us, but you had to come good, who came all the way from Canada to join in this beautiful Satsang. Welcome. At this time, devotees, we will ask my parents to take their seat. We prepare a seat. My mother said, all this boy? As we was not there 50 years ago. So whatever we have to do now, you will sit and stay quiet and just go with the flow. So I will invite my mother and father to stand and go and take their seat. To all those who are viewing, my good friend Navin Lalo is here. And all those who are viewing via YouTube. I know my sister in Canada is viewing, and my aunt and many of our relatives in foreign is watching from Texas and so on, is watching with us and viewing, who could not be here physically. And you know, I got a warning. Don't go beyond 100. And after this morning, they say, sure you invite much. So to those of us who couldn't come to the mandir, I sent you the link, and I know you are viewing and you are part of Satsang. And may the blessings of Bhagwan always be with you. At this time, devotees, let us put our hands together, let us bow our heads in prayer as we offer our opening bandana. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Sri Saraswati Namaha. Om Sri Guru Charana Kamale Bhyo Namo Namaha. Om Gajananam Bhotaganadi Sevitam Kapita Jambo Palacharabhakshadam Umasutam Shokavinashikarakam Namami Viganeshwarapada Pankajam. Om Namo Namo Jaganmata Vidya Pradayani Mahasaraswati. Namo Namo Amar Kalyani माता सरस्वती नमोस्तुते। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गा सीतासमारोपितभानभागं पाणौ महासायकुचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्। श्रीगुरुचरणसरोजरजा निज मन मुकुरसुधा वरनो रघुवर विमलयशा जोधायक फलचा। बुद्धहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम। नाथ मम संकट हरो हरि। रामायण सुमिरन। जो सुमिरत सिद्धि हो
गणनायक हरिवारा
करबो अनुक्रसो
भूरि राशि शुभ गुणा सरला
मूक होई बाशा
गुजरे गिरिवारा
जासु कृपा सुदया
प्रभु सकल परिवारा
नील सरोरुह
करुणारुण पारिजानयना
करबो सो मम उरदा
सदाचिर सागर शयना
कुंदो समदे
कुमार मन करुणायना
जाहि दीन पर करने
करहु कृपा मोर गाना गयना
I bow to the feet of my parents and my Guru as I'm about to narrate from the holy page of Ramcharitamanas. I touch your lotus-like feet as I seek their darshan, their blessings. Raksha kar, raksha kar. Bando Guru Padaka
कृपा सिंधु नररूपहरि
Mahamoha Tamapo
जासु वचन परिकरा निखरा
प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय. I welcome my younger brother Pandit Vishal and will invite him to sit by the Vedi, please. One of our bright and young Pandits. My dear devotees of God, let us use this opportunity to glorify the name of Bhagwan. We are all gathered here for one purpose, and that is to join with my mother and father in celebration of the 50th wedding anniversary. Give them a round of applause. There was a debate in if we should have this satsang or not. And when I told them, Ma, Pa, we will not have any satsang, we will do a little puja. And they agreed, but the expression in their face did not. So I spoke to my Dulahin and I say, see that? They say yes, but the face and the smile did not say yes. So let us try and put things in place. And she said, if you're going to do this, you have to behave yourself. When I told Pandit Vishal, he said the same thing. I welcome my brother Pandit Rajesh and his Dhanam Patni Rekha ji. Sush. Anu come too. And so we started to put things in place, and some of you, we only received an invitation yesterday via WhatsApp, and some within the past week, because only a week we started to plan this. And to glorify the name of Bhagwan, and I told them, I said, well, if we're going to do this, you all just sit down and relax. I'll leave the rest up to us. So I asked my father, I said, who will go read, boy? He said, my son is a Pandit. "25 years ago when he celebrated, see I'm selling out his age now. When he celebrated his 50th birthday, he hosted a satsang, very small, and he gave me the opportunity to read when he celebrated his 50th birthday. And today, as they celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary, they once more give me the opportunity, together with my sons Pandit Satyam, Pandit Shivam. So I said, the only thing with all you, how do you come out good in this deal? They say, how? I say, well, we got to read and do the puja for free. We can't take no dachina from all you. So he said, no, a Pandit had to take dachina. I said, yes, a Pandit had to take dachina. But today we just officiating to fulfill your desires. We cannot take dachina from you. You had to take from we. So he could still shahi dachina. We have all his Pandits here. You have his son-in-law here. He could take dachina for sure. So let us glorify the name of Bhagwan through the medium of bhajan before we go into a little katha. प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे। प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे। दूर करे वही संकट तेरे, दूर करे वही संकट तेरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे। जीवन रे बसेरा है, क्या तेरा क्या मेरा है। जीवन रे बसेरा है, क्या तेरा क्या मेरा है। दो नैनों से नीर भरे, दूर करे वही संकट तेरे। हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे।
पिंजरा जब कुल जाता है, पंछी कब रुक पाता है। पिंजरा जब कुल जाता है, पंछी कब रुक पाता है। क्यों इसका अपसौज करे, दूर करे वही संकट तेरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे।
प्रभु का नाम, प्रभु का नाम, प्रभु का नाम जपो
मन मेरे।
I chant in the name of God again and again. Whatever form of difficulties, whatever form of sankat, troubles that in our pathway, the name of Bhagwan, glorifying Bhagwan, being in satsang, helps us to shanti those difficult moments. We will all encounter some trials from time to time. You go to the ocean, you go to the seaside, and sometimes the waves are very rough, and sometimes it's very calm. And so too is our lives. Whether as a student, whether as a grihasti, whether as a vanprasti, a sannyas, different stage in life, we experience different trials. But those who are embedded with the blessings of God in satsang, chanting, singing the name of God, my dear devotees, solutions coming. This morning I was speaking to one of my good friends, and he was explaining to me some of his visits that he made in different parts of the world. And there when he will go, whatever his desires, sometimes he gets frustrated, but in a twinkle of an eye, ideas come to him, and easily he passes it through. That is the power of being in the company of satsang and being in the company of God, mentally, physically, and spiritually. I take this opportunity to welcome, we fondly call Shri Bauji, Pandividya wives, and Nita. May welcome. My dear devotees, time is limited this evening, and so we will read a few chaupai from Ramcharitamanas as we begin with our Pratham Doha. काहो सबो सुनो मुनीश मनला राम कथा कली मलहरणी मंगल करणी सुहायसी तापति रामचंद्र Shri Tulsidas Ji Maharaj is saying, I'm about to tell you a katha, a story. That this katha of Ram katha Kalimalaharani Mangala Karani Suhai. That listening to the glories, the katha of Ram, Prabhu Shri Ram, brings what? Mangala Karani, brings about auspicious blessings in our lives. In the very Ramcharitamanas it said that those heirs that are blessed to listen to the name of Bhagwan, to listen to the name Ram again and again, elevates their lives. And those who are given the opportunity of having hearing and not using it wisely to listen to the name of God, Tulsidas Ji tells us the type of heirs you have. Of course, we would not go in that katha. So this katha, Tulsidas Ji says, the katha of God, the katha of Ram, brings about great blessings in our lives. And as he narrated in Chaupai. Jai Ram Sri Rama, Jai Jai Rama,
Sri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Swayambho Manu aur Satrupa Binate Bhai Narashat Nupa Bolo
Jaya Rama Sri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Sri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Dampati Dharama आचरणी का आज हो धावस्रु पुति जनली का बोलो राम 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 ओ राजा राम 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 बोलो राम 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 ओ सीता
राम राम राम.
नृप उतां पर सूतता सो द्रोभरी भगत भयो सुत जासो बोलो जय राम श्री रामा जय जय रामा
Sri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama.
लघु सूतना प्रिय व्रतताहि वीर पुराण प्रसमहि चाहि बोलो जय राम
Sri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Sri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama.
In days gone by, there was a wonderful couple. Their name was Swayambanu and Satrupa. A very special and divine couple. And so living their stages, this wonderful couple being a king and a queen, God blessed them with divine and wonderful children and grandchildren. Manu and Satrupa devotees, Tulsidas, Dampati Dharma Acharanika. Their acharan in Sitaram Mandir, that is a strong word we always use, our acharan. Their acharan, their behavior, the way they conduct themselves. Tulsidas is telling us, devotees, that there were not enough words, not enough ink and paper to write how they conducted themselves. And being a wonderful couple like that, Manu and Satrupa, God have blessed them with wonderful children. Wonderful children. Children who bring about great grandchildren in this world. Grandchildren, devotees like Dhruv. Great, they were married in good homes and good families. And Manu and Satrupa, as they sat down and they look at their children and they look at their family, devotees, a joy, a smile came in their lives. Seeing that their children are progressing, seeing that their children are doing good things. Most importantly, seeing that their children is traveling the path of Dharma. This is the greatest joy that any parent can feel in their life, devotees. Blessed is that womb that gives birth to children who follows the path of Dharma. All of us, we are blessed to be parents, some of us. And when we look at the lifestyle of our children, we look at the lifestyle of our home and our family, we can sit back and be comfortable. And it is our duties as children to make sure, devotees, whatever we do, to make sure that our parents are comfortable, happy, and they always have a smile in their face. The children of Manu and Satrupa did this to them. And so, devotees of God, as this joy came in their heart, one day, as they grow older, reaching the fourth stage of their lives, we all know we have Brahmachari, Grihas, Vanpras and Sannyas. A Brahmachari is a student, is where we educate, where we go to school, we educate ourselves, we put ourselves in a good foundation. Put ourselves in a good foundation so we can enter into Grihas Ashram. So Manu, Satrupa devotees, Brahmachari, Grihas, when we are given the opportunity to be in a household alive, to have a husband, to have a wife, it is our duty. Everything. Puja is important. Doing yajna is important, but the greatest puja is towards your husband and towards your wife. To bring forth children in this world. And it's your duty to make sure your children reach a good position in life. So then you can enter into Vanpras, where you start to make more time for public life. Until that reach now, sannyas. So Manu and Satrupa reaching the fourth stage of their life. Devotees, a thought came in the mind of Manu. He decided to do something. And what he decided, let us hear in the Chopai. बरबस राजा सुत दीन्हा बरबस राजा सुत ही तब दीन्हा नारी समेत कबन बन कीन्हा जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम तीरथ भरने मेष विचाता अति पुनीत साधक सिद्धाता साधक सिद्धाता राम साधक सिद्धाता अति पुनीता साधक सिद्धाता। जय राम श्री राम जय जय
राम, जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
बसहि तह मुनि सेध समाचार, तह मही हरसि चलो मनोराजा। पंथ जाता सोहि मति तीरा, ज्ञान भगति जनु धर्म शरीरा। जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम, जय राम श्री राम
जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
So reaching the fourth stage in their life, Manu decided to do something. When you reach your fourth stage in life, when you get a little older, what thoughts come to your mind? Well, boy, you see me when I was young, I worked hard and built, and so now it's time to enjoy myself. What is enjoyment? Do we only look for enjoyment that is temporary? Because the things that we think that will give us happiness and make us, give us that enjoyment in our lives is only temporary. But you see, when you come to satsang, when you find yourselves in holy places, when you find yourselves in good company, that happiness, that enjoyment goes janam and janam, birth after birth after birth. So Manu, reaching that fourth stage of life, he looked around him and he said to himself, I'm still sitting on the Singhasan. I'm still sitting on the throne. I still have responsibilities of taking care of a kingdom, of taking care of people. And I have reached my fourth stage. The fourth stage of my life is to dedicate to God. But if I still sit in this position that I am sitting in, I cannot give 100% to Bhagwan. So I must do something. And seeing that the type of children that he had, he decided that everything that he worked hard and built, he decided, you know what? It's time to take this and put it in my children's hands. Do we as parents think like that? Yes, of course. Everything that we as parents work for is for who? It's for our children. But do children value that? Today we have pundits here, and you will hear sometimes parents come to us and cry. Baba, I put this in their name and I put that in their name and I give them this and I give them that. And Baba, oh God, if you know how things is. Here, devotees, for us to have good children, for us to have children that will value the things that you work hard for, first, you must have good acharan. That is the word, the Tulsidaji word, used for Manu and Satrupa. Their acharan, the way they behave, the way they conducted themselves. I remember growing up, and if you see my father give us a look, he had a way to watch me. You had to sit on one place. And my mother had a way, she said, use your fingers to give you a ring hairs or a pinch. And you had to sit down. Nobody, quietly again, that, If you want to cry, you can't cry. When we give our children this type of training, when we show them this part, I ain't telling you, ring your children hairs and watch them hard. Don't follow my mother and father. But in today's society, we started to give our children everything that we did not have, but we forgot to give them what you had. And what is that? Acharan. Good behavior, respect, good conduct. So Manu and Satrupa decided, you know what? I will give this to my children. Manu decided, I will give this to my children. And what will I do? I will go to that place known as Naimishal. I will go to the forest. These few days that I have in my life, I will go and visit all of the holy places. I will go and keep the company of the good, the sons, the Mahatmas, the Rishis. I will go to places like this. And Manu having this desire. This was his desire. This was not the desire of Satrupa. This was his desire. He wanted to do this. But the type of wife that he had, a wife that stands for dharma, a wife that stands for the right things in life, a wife that supported her husband, whether in good times or bad times. She agreed, if this is what you are going to do, I as your wife will stand side by side with you. Babs, if you want to do that, he fix up, my time I reach for that yet. There you go. You want to live forest life, fix up. I go sleep in the AC. She supported her husband, and this is important in marriage. In marriage, as I open, there will be rough times and there will be calm times. But both must have the same head, must have the same thinking, and must be able to iron out whatever difficulties come before them, and to value the good ones and uplift them, their lives, their home and their family. So Satrupa devotees, agreeing with the desire of Manu, they both decided, we will give up the kingly garments. We will give up this physical kingdom, and let us put on clothing that is suitable for the forest. Clothing that is suitable to visit the holy places. And this is important. They decided to put on clothing that is suitable to go to a holy place. And when we are going to holy places, it is important that we dress appropriately. When you get to go, especially to mandir, to puja, you dress accordingly. So Satrupa devotees, disrobing themselves, they put on the clothes that was recommended. And so devotees, both Manu and Satrupa, decided to go to the forest. On reaching the bank of the Gomati river, recognizing the holy places, they took a bath to refresh themselves from that journey. And so devotees, refreshing themselves, Manu and Satrupa, what happened? Let us hear again in the Chaupai. जहमा जहमती रतर सुहाए मुनि सकल साकर कर आए जय राम श्री
राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम
शसरी मुनि पद परिधाना संत समाज नीत सुनि प्राणा
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम.
And so devotees, jaham jaham तीरथ सुहाए मुनिनाथ सकल सादर कराए. After taking that bath in that holy river, they started to visit Tiraths, holy places. Sant Samaj Nita Sunahi Purana. And they will sit among the Sant Samaj, the holy people that will sit down, and what they will do? they will sing and listen to the glories of the Puranas. They will open the holy text. They no longer go in every village, had a Saj. Whether we had a Pandit in the village or not, but a set of old men will sit and they will have the Ramayana. And on a weekly basis, they will come and they will sit by somebody's home or they will sit beneath a tree and they will, Krishna, remember those days, right? And they will read the holy scriptures and they will discuss and they will find joy. They will take one line of Tulsidas Ramayana, and they will go on and everybody will give their own ideas. And this brought joy in their life, happiness in their lives. So Manu and Satrupa, they founded themselves in among holy people. They founded themselves in a place where it had good people like yourselves. That when they look around, they will see beautiful murtis. Listen to the birds chirping. This is the environment we want for the elevation of your spiritual life. So Manu and Satrupa, they sat down. They listened to the glories of Bhagwan. And listening to the glories of Bhagwan, that allowed them to gain Gyan. आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। भटक रहे हैं राह दिकारे, भगवन राह दिकारे। भटक रहे हम राह दिकारे, भगवन राह दिकारे। कदम कदम पर किरण बिचारे, भगवन किरण बिचारे। इन्हीं किरण को प्रभु करारे, इन्हीं किरण को प्रभु करारे। ज्योति से पहचान, ज्योति से पहचान।
आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान।
हम तो है संतान के हारे, प्रभु संतान के हारे। हम तो है संतान के हारे, प्रभु संतान के हारे। तेरी दया पर हम अधिकारे, प्रभु है हम अधिकारे। दुनिया हो ये सुखे हमारे, दुनिया हो ये सुखे हमारे। ऐसा दे वरदान, ऐसा दे वरदान।
आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान।
That Bhagwan, we're in the world of darkness. We have reached this part of our life. Listening to your satsang, Prabhu, please give us that deep, that light in our lives, that we will be able to make the right choice, the right decision in life. We are all given choices. Every day you have to make a choice. You had a choice. Should I come to satsang or should I study COVID? Should I go to work or should I stay home? Should I cook or should I buy food? We all have choices. Whatever decision you make on your choices determine the type of person you become. You make the right choices, you choose the right path, you will help yourself to go a little higher. No one does it for you. But the video will always tell me, now if you want something, you have to get up and get it yourself. You cannot sit there and expect to be spoon-fed. So if you want something, you have to get it yourself. You get up, elevate your life. Make the right choices. Tuesday gone, I said in satsang, every day is a new day. When you arise in the morning, always remember one thing. The bill is going to be there, the janjat going to be there, the whatever, all the troubles still going to be there. But remember one thing, you are seeing a new day. Make use of it. You are in control. You can change it around. So here they pray to Bhagwan, allow this darkness to be removed and allow me, O Lord, that the light of your bhakti, of your blessings will be in me, so I'll be able to make the right decision in life. And what they decided to do, they decided to approach the holy ones. You see, your spiritual life, devotees, comes in certain stages. You cannot just get up in the morning and say, you know what, I want to elevate spiritually. Our theme in our mandir this year is to allow your life to gain, your spiritual life to grow. That is our theme. Whatever we are going to do for 2022, make sure that allows your spiritual life to grow. So Manu and Satrupa devotees, they decided to do something. And they decided to approach the holy ones. To approach the holy ones and ask of them their guidance. What should I do? Teach me a mantra. Teach me a prayer. Guide me. Because I have reached the 4th stage of my life. And I want to elevate my spiritual life. There were a king and a queen. He was in charge of the treasury. He was in charge of the kingdom. He had people to take care of him. He had people to write his notes. If he wanted to send a message, he had people to send the message with. But this part of his life, no one could help him. And this part of our lives, our spiritual life, no one could help us. You cannot go to the puja store, you cannot go to a grocery, you cannot go to the market and say, you know what, give me, I want to buy something that I'll be able to take. I shouldn't say that now because today how things selling for everything. But your spiritual life, no one could give you that. Your discipline in your life, no one could give you that. You have to decide what you want. So they're approaching the holy ones and they told them, this is our desire. So the holy one told them, I will give to you a mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I will give you a mantra that when recited, mantra japa mama drid vishwasa. One of the forms of devotion that Prabhu Shri Ram gave to Sevari was to recite the name of God again and again. When you come to Pandit and Pandit check and say, okay, you're going to Rahu, and he tell you, okay, you have to recite 18,000 at this job. Baba, all that, the moment you start so, it ain't working. The moment the Baba says, okay, do 20 mala a day. Oh God, Baba, so much? The moment you start off at that foot, but I don't do it. So he said, give us some, they give him a mantra, they give them a mantra. And the mantra was, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You see, they had a goal. They wanted to reach certain stage and a certain point in their life before God take them back. Do you all have goals? Do you want to reach a certain point in your life before it's too late? Many of us, we have reached a stage, we have a house, we have a car, we have everything that is nice. It is very good. What about our spiritual life? What about our disciplines? Are we going to make COVID an excuse for the rest of our lives not to come under? Not to find yourselves in holy places? Because I tell you a secret today, COVID ain't going nowhere in a hurry. And if you want to sit home and say, okay, COVID and COVID and COVID, but say, you fix it. But you are stifling yourself. Manu and Satrupa, what they did, they decided to find themselves in holy places. They had a puja room, they had a mandir, they had a guru, they had all of this with them. But yet they decided, you know what? I will find myself in a holy place. I will find myself in places where there's good people. And so devotees of God, finding themselves in that place. Sitaram, I welcome my brother Pandit Navin and young Pandit Rajiv. Finding themselves and accepting that mantra, because they had a goal. Accepting the mantra now, they decided to what? To fast. You see, mantras must be recited with a sattvic mind, sattvic thought, sattvic heart. You cannot just get up and say you're going to recite a mantra and the mind is somewhere else, and the thought is somewhere else, and the heart is somewhere else. Our devotion, our scripture teaches us to achieve your goal fast, it must go in man, karam, or vachan. Your word, your thought, and our deeds must be lined. So Manu and Satrupa devotees accepting this mantra, first finding themselves in the physical company, finding themselves in holy places. Secondly, listening to the Puranas, listening to the glories of God, which is important. And then accepting something from that katha. When you go to satsang, do you gain anything beside the prasad and the food? They gain knowledge that they allow the darkness to be removed so they can make the right choice. And their choice was to become one with God. They become a jivana mukta. A jivana mukta is someone who have realized God while they are alive, not when they die. You know, nowadays we say, when somebody dies, and that happening regular, R.I.P. Hey, if you can't R.I.P. when you're living, you can R.I.P. when you're dead. Find that peace here. So Manu and Satrupa, they started to fast. They started to stay away. They started to eat vegetables. And with this, they started to practice yoga. They started to stand on one leg, raise their hand. They started to do different things. They give up food. They started to drink water. They train themselves. And as time goes along, devotees, Manu and Satrupa, reaching a divine stage, a divine point in their lives, Bhagwan was pleased. Bhagwan was pleased with them. And Bhagwan said to them, Bharamango, ask what you want, I will give to you. But they didn't want to just hear the voice of God. They wanted the opportunity to look and to touch and to be close to God. This is how Trinidadians are so fortunate in this part. We have the opportunity that when you come mandir, you can go and touch the murti. Ask Pandit Navin, when you go India, you have to be very special to go and touch the murti. As Handi Baba di Parasar and touch and go. And we have the opportunity, Shivratri is coming up, to come and chahawa your jal, to chahawa your parasad, to wave your arati. And then we can say, Baba, I see that line is too long. We can't go. But when you go India and you go in one of them Jyotirlingam, oh God, for hours you have to line up. But you want to go, hey, that's the same blessings again. Here devotees, they decided, you know what? We don't want to just hear your voice, but we want to see you. And they continue to pray. And continuing to pray, devotees, their prayers was answered. Never think for one moment that your prayers will never be unanswered. But you must have dhiraj. What it is? Patience. When you have that patience, you will get it in the right time. Everything is put in place for us. At the right time, you will get it. And when the time came in the life of Manu and Satrupa, devotees of God, Manu and Satrupa was blessed. They were blessed that Bhagwan gave them that assurance that when they asked them what you want and they desire to have a child, Bhagwan said, because of your penance, because of your devotion and your bhakti and your love for me, I will come as your child. I will come as your child. Continue to pray. Continue to chant the name of God. And when the time comes, you will enjoy the heavenly kingdom. But you will take back birth in this world as Raja Dashrath and Maharani Kaushalya. And I will come as your son. My name will be called Ram. Manu and Satrupa, a very blessed and divine couple, gain the fruits of their life by having dhiraj, by having discipline, and most importantly, finding themselves at that stage of their life in the right place. The place where there is bhakti, the place where there is devotion, the place where there is satsang. As a student, you have to find yourself in school. As a grihasti, you have to find yourself in the workplace. As a vambras, you have to try and help out in the public. And as a sannyas, you have to find yourself in the mandir. You have to find yourself amongst holy people. And when you live these stages, you will not experience what they call akala mitra. You have lived the 4 stages of your life: brahmachari, grihasti, vanpras, and sannyas. My dear devotees of God, Manu and Satrupa, a very wonderful couple, supported one another and they gained the fruits of their life. This has brought me to the end of my katha. My parents are celebrating the 50th wedding anniversary. It's not an easy road that they had. But you know, 50 years ago, I was not here. Neither my brother, neither my sister, none of us. But my mother asked my father a few things. And one of the things she asked him, that if at any time you have to do yajna or puja, if at any time you have to do any religious ceremony or go in any holy place, I as your wife must be at your side. And the second thing she asks, if at any time you have to do any form of pitri puja, honor your ancestors, I want that blessings to be at your side. And of course, he anxious, he gained all of him, he said, yeah. Like all of us. And then he asked her, he said, well, I want to take you as my wife as well. But I want to ask of you something as well. And one of the things that he asks, that today you shall conduct yourself in society in such a manner that you never bring disgrace to my honored name and my family. He asks of that. And he asks her another one. He said, in my absence, if I'm not home, and any visitors that comes to our home, you as my wife must accommodate them to the best and according to Dharma. This, my dear friends, my mother had lived up to, and my father. Those who have known my mother, I asked her last night, I called her. Friday night, in fact, he called. Father called me, he said, boy, Tasa playing here, the food done cook, and it's a hand upon it to do the matikura. I said, well, right now I'm busy, I'm sending somebody. So last night I called them, and I put on a little fast music now. I said, boy, look, we had the dinner done and spread pal and thing here. What you have there? Putting things in place, they stood by one another. My father, Mamu, we used to call him Bhaiwa Mamu, was a pandit, and my Nana, my Aja rather, went to the home of my Nana, and they saw me, this young girl, and they say, you want to marry she? And as I was telling my children today, days gone by, when you see a pandit here, Maharaj and Maharaj and Maharaj, Jai Bhagwan. And so, my mother said, my father come, in the night, what you girl, what you boy. I know they get to see one another good. And next thing she knows is engagement. Next thing she knows, she had married. And left Esperance and come down in Crepe. And the journey was nice. Some obstacles in it. But she stood, and he stood, and whatever they had to do at that time to take care of children, to take care of home, to take care of parents, they did it to their best. That today, because of starting in the right way, they can celebrate the 50th wedding anniversary. I'm telling her today, I say, girl, since I'm small, I hear you saying when you reach 50 years, you have to celebrate it. I say, like, how Drishti, you know you're going to reach 50. She said, you know who's my father? And to celebrate a mark like this, devotees, is a great thing. And I am so proud and happy and glad that we can be part of this. Today someone told me, but in having appreciate your parents and recognize them. Do what you have to do. Because you see, when they're not around, it's a hard thing. It's really a hard thing. And to my mother and father, I want to wish them all the best. I cannot give them much blessing. Them have to bless me. But I am proud to be their son, and I talk on behalf of my siblings as well. We are proud to be your children. We are happy to be your children. And may the blessings of Bhagwan always be with you. And always, always keep. And you know, they find them for the past few years. This is their home. Every Tuesday, if I go to pick up my father half an hour late, he vexed, not coming to temple again. They will find themselves every occasion. They will find themselves to the mandir. And this itself brought great joy and happiness in my heart. That they can come and be part of satsang. And of course, once he reach home, he will call and say, whether I read good or I read good. If I read good, he say I read good. If I read good, he say, well, you could do better. To them, I touch your lotus-side feet. And I thank them for giving me the opportunity to take birth from within them. And may God always continue to bless them. Devotees, I have my brother Pandit Navin here. And so, before we have a little program planned, and I know he busy, but I appreciate it very much. He's the guru of my children. He's the Pandit of my home. And so, I'm glad that he made the time to reach here, and I will pass the mic to him to give blessings. And Baba, whenever you have to leave, you can. So, Dan is bringing the mic for you. Dan is bringing a mic for you.
Jai, एक बार बोलो श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Let's all pray for, bow our heads in prayer. Hari Om, Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Bihata Nisachara Chamo Ramaya Tasmai Namah Rama Nasti Parayanam Bharataram Ramasya Dasosmyam Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhavatu Me Bho Rama Mamuttara Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Ayodhyavati Raja Ramachandra Ki Jai. Officiating guests, my brother Pandit Navin, Pandit Vishal, our Pujari Pandit, my brother Pandit Rajesh and his Dharam Patni, Long Pandit Rajiv, my two godsons Satyam and Shivam, Pandits in their own rights. Our chief celebrant this evening, Mr. and Mrs. Shri and Srimati, Kanta and Chan, anyhow you wish to term them. Specially invited guest devotees, those of you who are joining us online as well. It's indeed my privilege and my honor to be here. When Panditji extended the invitation, and he told me that both of them, you know, when he used to live Kiriyappa, I used to call regular 9448 and 663. Is the number? 9448? Yeah, I still remember. So I used to call and hash. I used to go regular to see him then. You know, everybody knows I'm an eternal bachelor, so anywhere I get food, I go in. So I used to pass to see him, and I used to go home, and when Chan there, so we cook girl. So when he moved out and he went that side, I'm calling him by my mistake one day. She said, well, you don't call this house again. Why you manage to go? I said, well, where you cook? So she tell me, I said, well, you know how long you plan to cook something for me that I can't eat? You know, so this is the relationship. 50 years is a very long time. It's a milestone mark in anybody's lives. And if we were to look at marriages these days, they're not holding out so well. But these truly are beautiful seeds that would have been planted, and they've grown into an extremely beautiful tree that has borne fruits, like you see from our Vyas. So indeed, this is something to be very, very proud of. You know, Uncle Kanta's father and my mother are cousins. My mother's younger sister is here. We're cousins because, you know, my grandfather and his father are brothers. And actually, my parents' alliance, my parents celebrated 50 years a couple of years ago. But my parents' alliance was also formed out of this family. You know, Navin's Aja and my Aja were friends. And that is how that alliance was formed. So I want to say God's blessings to both of you. May you continue to live a very long and happy and prosperous life. When Ole has 60, I'll come back. Right? But, you know, God's blessings to you, and may you live to see many, many, many more. Ole looking like Ram and Sita. You know, so I hope Navin sings something good for all you. And with 50 years, you don't just go empty-handed. So don't let you sit down in front of there and only fool all you. You had Biksham buy a piece of gold and give it to all you. You understand, Baba? You understand? God's blessings, and it's indeed, of course, our pleasure to share this with you. Many, many congratulations for many, many wonderful years. I know it is a long journey. It is a difficult journey. A marriage is not an easy thing. It's difficult to hold together. Very, very difficult. And as Pandits, we will tell you, all of us who are seated here, as Pandits, we will tell you, you get married today. In fact, I did a registration before I came. And the boy was asking me if I change my mind. I say, see this number on this page? Go in tongue and tell them I can report this page. Understand? So marriages are very difficult. You have moments that are not so kind. But if you stay together, this is the fruit of what you get. And this is what holds a society together. This is what holds our homes together. If not for their union, none of us would have been here. So many, many blessings, and may Bhagwan bless you tremendously as we clasp hands, and may Bhagwan, of course, shower his blessing. Gaudi Nandana Gaudi Varna Varna Sringada Lambodara Sindhura Chidabika Jindra Varno Pado Rano Puro Karano Lamba Velamba Kanda Velasat Kande Chamuktavali Sri Vigneshwara Vigna Bhanjan Karo Kuriyat Sada Mangalam Kuriyat Sada Mangalam मंगलम। एक बार बोलो श्री गणपति गणेश भगवान की। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, Panditji. You know, we share a very close relationship, and everything that he said is true. He would always call, and he would always harass my mother in the days that gone by. And in fact, that home in Crepe was a blessed home. It's a blessed home that on a regular basis, Pandits will visit that home. Pandits will always be at that home. And whatever little it had barakat. It's a stretch. At this time, I like to celebrate the anniversary of my mother and father. So Shiva, Badi Malas. My father don't like these kind of things. So one day he was home, and as we were sitting in the couch home by me, I asked him, I said, Dad, we got to put on the mala ending, or you go do that, boy? He said, what are you talking about? I said, well, it's your anniversary, you have to, we can't leave it just so. So he said, I go put it on, man. So I look at Karen, I look at Mommy, I say, what? Thing working in favor. So I will ask them to stand. I know you have a thing to say, but I won't say today. Jai, say it for me. As you will hold your malas, get the arati. And Daddy, I want you to look into Mommy's eyes. And reflect what you saw 50 years ago. And Mommy, you're seeing good day, you want the next glasses. I want you to look into Daddy's eyes. And I want you all to garland one another, say prayers. And may the blessings of Bhagwan always be with you all. I'll leave it up. Ma, you put the mala first and the Daddy arati. Jai Mala, Siya Jai Mala. Jai Mala, Siya Jai Mala. Siya Dale Ram Gal 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 Jai Mala. Dulaha to Shri Rama bane. Dulaha to Shri Rama bane. Lakshman Devar Sai Bhala. Lakshman Devar, Lakshman Devar, Lakshman Devar Sai Bhala. Siya Dale Ram Gal Jai Mala. 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 Happy anniversary. May God continue to bless you both. My dear friends, their grandchildren are here. And in the eyes of my mother and father, their grandchildren is everything. We just come somewhere along the line. I don't know which part of the line, but we did. I know we did. But their grandchildren is everything to them. For if on a Tuesday when these boys will drop them home, they will call. Will I reach home yet? And they will make sure, they find out these things. So I will call on Pandit Satyam, Pandit Shivam, and Katyayani. And we have their two grandsons, the two grandchildren rather, the eldest, who is Navita, that is my eldest niece, and my nephew, Satish, who is in Canada. In fact, today is Satish's birthday. So on one occasion, when my mother had to celebrate her anniversary, I can't remember which number, she had to leave Trinidad and go in Canada for that. So I will pass the mic to these children, and they will say their piece at this time.
Ayodhyapati Raja Ramachandra ki Jai. Officiating Vyas, my father, Pandit Navan Maharaj. Our Guruji, Pandit Navan Umarat Maharaj. Pandit Vishal Maharaj. Pandit Rajesh Maharaj and his family. Pandit Rajiv Maharaj. Pandit Rudranath Maharaj and his Dhanapatni. All invited guests. Jai Sitaram. Today, the three of us have been given a task to share our experiences with our Aji and Aja. So, to begin with, I'll pass you on to my younger sister Katyayani, who will address us.
Sitaram, everyone. Today we are celebrating a milestone, 50 years. Seems like a long time to be with someone, right? But I'm sure for Aji and Aja, it flew by in a blink of an eye. Aji used to always say that if God blessed them to reach their 50th anniversary, they have to do a prayers and they have to do it extravagant. But we don't have the ideal conditions for that today, but your dream came true. On Saraswati Jayanti, Auntie Shivana gave a speech on how parents should be a pillar of love and support. Aji and Aja falls right under this. They are two very important people in my life, and two of many that helped raise me, and I couldn't ask for anyone better. When I was a bit younger, and I think even now, all I'll have to say is, I feel into chocolate. And for a while, you'll miss Aja, and when he does suddenly reappear, he has a bag filled with a variety of chocolates to choose from and palettes. Or if I say tonight, I'm feeling Tita doubles, eating in the morning, Aja would say, Mom, I buy 2 doubles for you, it's in the microwave. Or that evening or the day after, Aja would make and she'll call Dada and everybody to come and eat. And also, not to mention our nightly battles of cards and Ludo, which usually ends in one of us accusing the other of cheating. And when I say one of us, Aja usually tell Aji she cheat him in Ludo because she's the best in that. Aja and I also had a little nickname for each other. I could be lying down on the couch, and he would come and tickle my foot and say, Munya, what you doing, Bukil? And I would say, Dunya, I'm not doing anything, boy. Aji used to also let me always dig up in her makeup, her face powders and her blush, because she's famous for wearing her blush, and her nail polish. And she would paint my nails for me, and if I didn't like it, I would scrape it off. And she would say, Gail, you're wasting my nail polish, but she would still put it back on for me. You must also expect a call from Aji every day, be it morning or night. And you are guaranteed to hear a little bicker, either because Aja is eating for the 3rd time that night, or because Aji is giving him too much housework to do. And he'll say, Kat, she don't want to get an old girl. And hearing this never fails to raise a laugh. They were the first set of people there when I received my SEA results and my CSEC results, and I'm sure they'll be there for every other accomplishment to come. Not only for me, but for my brothers, as well as our 2 cousins in Canada. These are just a few examples out of millions that I would share with you today to show how they shower their love, laughter, support, and guidance, and will continue to do so.
Sitaram again, everyone. Sitting here today are 2 people, no matter the circumstances, they will always put a smile on your face. As you all know, whenever you go by them in Kirab, you always have to leave with a water or the food that Aji cooked that day. Otherwise, she will look at you and she will tell you, look how I don't like to eat my food again. Eh? And if you say you're leaving 6 times before you step foot out of the gate, Aja will tell you 6 times, take your time on the road. Eh? And just for a little laugh, you will respond, no, Aja, we're going to drive fast and we're going to play music real hard. And as my father said, Aji will always call exactly 30 minutes because she timed from Kirab to back home in St. Helena. And she will time exact 30 minutes to call and make sure every Tuesday, anywhere we go, to make sure everybody reach home safe. Not to mention, her popular dish, everybody knows I love her popular dish of curry aloo and dal puri. And if we didn't have this amazing satsang here for them today, you would have been getting out in Kirab today. And for every single occasion, it's dal puri and curry aloo. And Aja will have to come and say, it have ginseng and that's soft drink in the fridge whenever you're ready. But take my word for it, it's the best. And I'm sure many others can attest to this. Her curry aloo and dal puri is the best. Last year when we had our lockdown in Trinidad, I used to go every Saturday to visit them. And during those couple of hours, I would have to beg Aji to sit down. She always want to get up and get, you want something to eat, you want something to drink, and I have to say, Aji, just come and sit down for a little while now, please. I just come to relax and deal with Olive for a little bit. But that's my Aji. Always doing her best to make sure whoever visits her home, to make sure they're comfortable. When we were little children, I would sit down with Aja in the hammock. And Katia and you sit down on his shoulders. The three of us on one hammock. And I will beat his belly like a drum, and she will sit on his shoulder and play with his hair. Or whenever he had a bald head, she would tap on top of his bald head. And he will sing for us either Bangali Babu or Pinchidiki Panchidi. This just shows how my Ajis and Aja grandchildren are everything to them. And they will go to any extent to bring us joy and comfort. And for that, we are eternally grateful and thankful for everything that they continue to do for us. Thank you.
Sitaram, once again, my two younger siblings pretty much summed it up about the two remarkable individuals we have seated here today. Everyone is sharing their own experience, so I find it fit I should share mine as well. Aji and Aja are two of the most hardworking, caring, and supportive individuals that I know. I could recall a couple experiences. I remember when I was younger, Aja was always somebody who encouraged us to do well in school. I could get a 99 on an exam, and the first thing you say is, why didn't you get 100? Aja still give us a little leeway when it comes to school, but not so much Aja. He always encourages us to do better, even up to now, and I must say that it worked out. And up to now, when you talk to Aja, he would always say, work hard and study hard. I remember from my second semester in UE, I considered going by Aji to stay for a while, because it was closer than we was living now. I remember calling Aji, and she was the most excited and was already talking about cleaning up the room, putting her desk, and I did end up going for 2.5 months until COVID happened. It reminded me when I was younger. The same way they treated me in preschool and primary school is the same way that they treat me now that I'm in university. If I tell Aji I have to be in UE for 8 o'clock in the morning, and I say wake me up at 7 or 7:30, you could better that Aji waking me up 6:30 in the morning telling me I'm going to be late. Even though UE is just 5 minutes away. After school, I would always sit down with them and Aja would ask how it was, and no matter what I tell him, he would reply, right. Even if my class was ending at 8 p.m., everyone who knows these two individuals know they are early sleepers. When I come home after around 9 o'clock in the night, they would be sitting in the hammock, each hammock. They're waiting for me to come home and to make sure I have something to eat. As Kato said, you must always expect a call from Aji these days. But I just have to call she. Because she said when she called me, she doesn't know if I'm sleeping or I'm in class. Most of the time I must be sleeping. All jokes aside, they lead by an example. Any advice, they are willing to give any advice to someone, and they never turn you away or shower you with wisdom. To close off, not only on behalf of our family, but the entire community, the entire Temple family, we wish you happy anniversary and may you see another 50 years to come.
Before we leave you, we have our two eldest cousins in Canada, their two eldest grandchildren, who recorded a message for us to play for them here today. So first, I'll show our latest video too, so I'll go watch. So first we have Satish.
Happy wedding anniversary, Nani and Anna. 50 years and 50 more years to go.
Happy 50th anniversary, Nani and Anna. Love you.
Thank you, and Sitaram.
Thank you to these wonderful grandchildren. You know, beside being immediate grandmother and grandfather to these 5 children, my mother and father's hands was extended. And she was always a caretaker, always to take care of children. And whoever will come to her home, whoever will go to her home, mommy and daddy always have something. I have Shiva here. And Shiva's birthday is on the 10th of February. And that's the day daddy used to go on holidays. So when daddy get holiday and he come home with holiday money, Shiva getting everything. We didn't know if we got have money for the rest of the month, but Shiva done back up. And this is how they did with all the children. And when she called one night and she said, I have a surprise for you. I said, for me? It's not my anniversary. She said, well, I get a surprise, but they don't want you to know. But Roshan, you know when you tell mommy something. Before you reach out the gate, And if I call Mom in the morning and say, Ma, what is the plan? She said, well, I don't talk to Karen already. And she said, Roshan is here. And this I appreciate, you know. These young children grew up with my mother. My cousin died young. And they spent time. And as you know, in days gone by, it was not easy. Today, we are a little more comfortable, but in days gone by, it was very tough. But she couldn't say no, neither my father. But whatever they did, I can sit here, they did for their children. Whatever trials they went through, they ironed it out, whatever. Because when they opened their eyes, they saw their children. And they would have done anything. I remember once my mother went to Canada, and that was the best. When my father going to make grocery, snacks too bad. Right? And those are the days that we grew up with. And today to sit here and to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary is a great thing. Very, 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 very great. And as I told her last night, I said, Ma, if this was not COVID, I don't know what. We would not have one night for sure. She said, you would not do one night? I said, no. If this wasn't COVID, Ma, you was having a yak for your anniversary. But because of COVID, we couldn't do it. So I want them to know we love them very much. And we want to show our appreciation to them. As we will come, and we will do their puja and put on their mala. And I'll ask Krish, Lady Ji to sing appropriate bhajan for us. As we will come, and we will do their puja. Namaskar.
चकोर बोले आज राधा के नैनों में शाम डोले बोल बोले चकोर बोले आज राधा के नैनों में शाम डोले बोल बोले शाम मोरे पीकी पीकी अखियों का गजरा वही मोरे सुनी सुनी बहियों का गजरा शाम मोरे पीकी पीकी अखियों का गजरा वही मोरे सुनी सुनी बहियों का गजरा मेरे जीवन में रस के फुहार डोले बोल बोले चकोर बोले आज राधा की नैनों में शाम डोले बोल बोले
With us this evening, devotees, is Pandit Rudy. And he's a son-in-law to my mother and father. He's my cousin's husband. And you know, I just always jokingly tell my mother-in-law them, son-in-law is boss. Right? So, Panditji, I will invite you to offer your words of advice and your blessings upon all of us.
प्रेम से बोलिए श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय, प्रभु श्री रामचंद्र की जय, व्यास जी. Various pundits who are here, Jai Sitaram, to the guests who are here, Sitaram also, and to the couple, the young couple, Tanti and uncle. First, I'd like to say on behalf of my Dulahin, Vidya, and I would like to wish you a happy, happy anniversary. As everyone is saying, it's a milestone, dear friends, that is not easily achieved, especially during this time. In time when life is so unpredictable. Just a couple of weeks ago, last week rather, my parents celebrated their anniversary. They celebrated 52. And they are going strong just as you two are going strong. And the reason why, there's one common thing I noticed with both of them and with others too, it's their dharma. When you serve dharma, dharma in turns serve each and every one of us and protects us. You know, I was listening to Shivam and the rest of them when they were speaking. And Shivam, you know, I haven't gotten the curry, aloo and dal puri yet, you know. I only get dal and rice. And tomatoes, choka, dal and rice and fry aloo, dal and rice and karaili. But I love the dal and rice though. So maybe one day I got to get invited for the curry aloo and dal puri also. I think we are probably the family that visit you the most, eh? And? Not you. Because every time I have to go up in town, which is regular, I would take my Dulahin and tell you, you want to pass by at auntie? And she would say, yeah, let we go. And we would pass, we will stop. And as the children were saying, when we have to leave, go home safe, be safe on the road. Uncle going to say, make sure and take all the time on the road. When you see getting too late, all you better go before you have to go far. Make sure and go and reach home early. Always looking after us. Indeed, I didn't have an opportunity to meet my true mother-in-law, but when I see you, I am very appreciative of how you treat us, treat me rather, the amount of love. You know, she doesn't go anywhere that often, but when I had Yagi at my home, she made sure but she was there. She was there, and that was something that we felt very, very appreciative of. To support us, to show us that love. And I must pray and ask that may Bhagwan continue to bless you both, to live a wonderful life together. As Babaji was saying, Panditji is saying, sannyasi stage is now at hand. Continue in this way, dedicating to dharma, praying to him, chant your mantras, do your jap as you continuously do, continue it. And may bliss and success journey together with you now and always. Let us join together in a small prayer. Harihi Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Prem se boli Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai, Jai Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Panditji. You know, they will visit Kriya regular together with the rest. Every time Pandit Rajesh and all in the area, he must pass. And my mother would call and say, you know who now pass? And she could say, Rajesh now pass. So Panditji, I will invite you to say a few words.
One, two. Principal Gajananda Swami ki jai, Umapati Mahadeva ki jai, Ved Vyasji, my cousin Pandit Navin, Pandit Vishal, Pandit Rudy, Pandit Satyam Shivam, devotees of God. It is indeed a great pleasure to come and join in this wonderful occasion, in joining with my aunt and uncle in celebrating this most beautiful milestone, 50 years anniversary. My aunt is the last of 6 children to my Aja and Aji, the late Pandit Sivadat and Subhagya Maharaj. And Vidya's mom, the eldest, my dad, second, Vishal's dad, the third. We have an uncle and aunt who lives in Canada, and then Auntie Chan. She's the last, but she's the first out of the 6 to reach this milestone in celebrating 50 years. So I think we should give them a wonderful round of applause in doing so. If I can't recall, you could remind me, when your father came to see your mother, the current cut off that night? Current cut off that night? Oh. But it's indeed a great pleasure. Rudy, you eat a lot of dishes. You didn't taste the curry fry aloo. I had that 2 weeks ago, and we will debate who does visit more often. But it's indeed that whenever we have to go to her home in Curab, whatever my Dulahin will cook at home, she will realize I would not eat at home. Why? I will wait till I reach at the home of my aunt to have, most of the time, the breakfast. And whatever she will cook, we will sit and have a meal together on that said day. It's a joy in going there. From children, we have been visiting that home in Curab before the surrounding was developed, with a little narrow track to reach home by them. And my father and her was very close. Whenever he would be in the area, he used to work at Brinks. Those of you who know the company a long time, that time they didn't have telephone, so you could pass and say, Chan, I'm passing for you tomorrow, whatever. Once holidays come up, once Navin and Vishkar and Nima on holidays from school, and take her away from uncle for a few days, bring her to Esperanza to stay. So we have that close bond. Pandit Navin will always mention that in growing up together because of the bond that they would have shared long ago. Blessings to both of you. Many, many more years to come, and God's grace upon you. We join our hands together, thanking Lord Ganesh in having this most sacred opportunity in joining together. Om Majam Nirvikalpam Nirakarekam Niranandanandam Avaichana Purnam Param Nirgunam Nirmishiham Niriham Para Brahmarupam Ganesha Bhajema. Prem se bole Gajananda Swami ki jai.
Thank you very much, Pandit Rajesh. Pandit Vishal is with us as well, and I will ask Pandit Vishal to address us. Anyway.
Prem se bolo Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. Congratulations to you, Auntie Chan, Puaji, and Pupa on your 50th wedding anniversary. It's indeed a great blessing to be able to host. I guess it's by the blessings of your children and grandchildren to be able to host such an event in this time. When I came, I saw you sitting. I saw your feet was off the ground. And it's not because of your height. Well, probably it is because of your height. But I say today is a day probably you need to walk on air. You should be very, very much relaxed and walking on air from henceforth, from 50, 51 going forward, both of you. Because knowing the times that we are in, it is really, really by God's grace that someone can reach 50 and wedding anniversary. some not even living till 50. And with Bhagwan's grace, you are indeed very lucky and blessed. And I was not even a thought when you guys got married. And there's nothing I could say, really and truly, but probably reflect on what my father would say. So, as we put our hands together, स्वस्ते प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां ज्ञानेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणे शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽहं क्षोभरहिताः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम्. This last mantra is what I want you to remember. It says, may all be happy. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. May all be free from illnesses. Sarve santu niramayaha. May all see what is auspicious, like the team. May all see what is auspicious to grow our spirituality. May there be fulfillment. Sarve badrani pashyantu. Ma kashtita dukha bhagave. May none suffer. And the key to the mantra is this. We have been reciting this mantra from time immemorial, but I can't make you happy. We say, may all be happy. But we can't make each other happy. We have to make ourselves happy. So the mantra is really to turn our eyes inwards, to turn our thoughts inwards and make ourselves happy. And once you are happy and he's happy, then Upa is happy, then everybody is happy. So, Prem se bolo, Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai.
Thank you very much, Pani Vishal. As you know, my parents are happy. For the past couple of years, my mother and father's lives have changed. And this has brought great joy and happiness in my life. And this is why I'm so happy that, to see the role they play. I see, we fondly call her Bukal Mami, Narezada's wife. That's my father, Bauji. She's here together with my cousins. And should I call a cousin on my father's side to say something? Should I call Shobha? She grew up in Korea. Right? And they will spend time, and everybody will visit that home. And that home was famous for doubles as well. And we will sit and we will make doubles and we will do many things my mother and father did to make us as children happy. If you give my mother $500, you are sure that out of that $500, you get in a gift. And she will always make things meet. And today when I look, sometimes when she called, when it was not COVID, I said, we're going late. She said, me and your father are going for a walk, we're going for ice cream. Like yesterday, she was telling me when I was dropping her home, there's nothing now that she said that my father doesn't do to try to make her happy. If he go out the road 10 times, he must come back with something. I said, lady, you're real lucky. I had to send him out 20 times. He will go, you buy doubles, they go buy the chocolate, they go buy the ice cream. My father likes snacks too bad, and God bless him, he could eat it. My mother had to make sugar cake, sweet bread, everything you think what you want. When you call she make them thing because my father want a snack. They will sit down together any night and they go watch a movie. You go eat, they go call. And this, as the eldest son, I feel happy. Eldest child. And mom and dad, God bless all you. If I have to come back in this world, I want parents like them. It was not easy, but most importantly, they sacrificed their life for their children. And for this, on behalf of your entire family, your side, my father's side, and your siblings, your daughter-in-laws, your grandchildren, everybody, we love you. And as Karen said to me, my mother was a good daughter-in-law. I have Tab Kaka here, Tab Kaki, Leah Puada, and they could attest to that. She was a good daughter-in-law. She did whatever she had to do to make sure her mother-in-law and father-in-law was happy. And I heard her saying recently, she was telling someone that I was a good daughter-in-law, and I am blessed to have a good daughter-in-law. Kiran is here, our president, and as we are rounding up, I will not keep you much longer. Mommy and Daddy, extended family, is the Sitaram Mandir. And so Kiran will say a few words, then we have our closing arati and our closing aspects of today's program.
Thank you very much, our esteemed Vyas, Pandit Navin, Pandit Rajesh, Pandit Vishal, Pandit Satyam, Pandit Shivam, Pandit Rudranath, Uncle Tap Kaka, Sitaram, devotees of our Mandir. It's indeed a pleasure to stand here and say a special congratulations and a happy anniversary to, as we fondly know them as Dada and Mommy. I haven't known them for that long, for the past 23 years or so. But I remember I was a teenager when Karen and Pandit got married. And I had the opportunity to go and spend holidays. And I used to spend the night every so often. Shivan and I were good friends. And I remember Pandit said something just now that she had her kids, but she adopted all of us as her own. And I remember waking up in the morning and you have to eat. Dada telling you have to eat. Mommy preparing food for us. And they are just the most loving couple that I have known for the past years. And it's a pleasure for us to be family and for us to unite. And on behalf of my family and on behalf of the Sitaram Mandir family, I would like to say a special happy anniversary. May Bhagwan continue to bless you guys. As Pandit Navin said, we will celebrate the next 10 years. And may you guys continue to stay just as you are. And on behalf of the Mandir, especially, you are now the seniors in our Mandir. We appreciate you. And every week they are here. Dada is the first man here on a Tuesday. I'm sure most of you who come to temple, you can, support me when I say that. He's always here. He gets his doubles and his coke. He will come and sit in the front. He will hang out with Uncle Jai and Mommy as well. So happy anniversary. May you guys continue to live a special, long, and prosperous marriage. Jai Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Kiran. Roshan, you going to say a few words, boy? I have my nephew here, Rajiv. Where Rajiv? Right. He's on my father's side. He's my sister's son, a young lawyer. And so he will say a few words on behalf of the family on this side, and then we will have our arati. Rajiv?
Sitaram, everybody. pundits, specially invited guests, Manu, the wonderful couple. I don't think I could say any much more to speak to these two persons here sitting today. I would like to say congratulations on this big feat. So as you all will know, or might know, some of you all might know, my grandfather is Dada's brother. My grandmother died when I was very young. And after that, I always remember when my friends, persons that we meet, even persons at my workplace, ask about my grandparents, I would always say that Mommy and Dada are my grandparents. We don't consider them of being my grandfather's brother and his wife. They are our grandparents. With all my cousins, everybody considers them our grandparents. We are very grateful to them. And I think everybody mentioned something today about Mommy and Dada, and is a trait that they are well known for, and that is every time you go to Kirep, you have to eat. You have to eat. Sometimes your belly full, but you had to eat. You had to carry something home. You're always welcome. You know, that home is always considered the home of the grandparents of the family. And they are the persons now in this family that we look up to as the elderly persons. And today, on behalf of my family, all my relatives, everyone here, we'd like to congratulate you guys on making 50 years. And we wish to see you for another 50. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rajiv. A very hard-working young man, you know. I didn't tell him this, but this week gone by, I spoke to one of my godchild, who is our judge. So I told her, Rajiv is my nephew. She said, Rajiv is your nephew? And her reply is a good lawyer. God bless you. Thank you very much, devotees, to all of you for making this day a very special day in my mother and father's life. May God continue to bless you, to all of our relatives who have accepted the invitation. I know my father loved his aunts and his uncles. I see his two cousins are here now, and other children, Savi and Radvati, are here. And you know, Kirep was a home of unity. And these individuals will always, when my Aja was alive, always visit Kirep. And they will sit. I remember every Wednesday my Nana will come. And my Nana and my Aja will sit and they will talk. And they will discuss scriptures and they will argue and they will drink coffee and whatever they will do. But that is the home that we came out from. Our home, and Rajiv said one thing, you know, that is the family home. That is what everybody knows. You know, everybody goes there from my mother's side, my father's side. Sometimes when I hear Rajesh and Vishal pass, I say, they didn't pass by me, they reach by you. But nevertheless, Ma, this is what, and Dad, this is what you mean to everybody. And everybody here love you. And you want to say a few words, Mama? What about you, Dad? You can say something? May God bless you. Thank you for everyone who have put this together, to our group, to our nows, to our decorators, to Ricky, to everyone, our cooks, our every person makers. You know, they say what you're doing, and they are here, and they helped out. May you have a blessed evening, devotees. And when you finish, you know, unfortunately, we cannot have in-house dining, so please forgive us. I know the members have put things in place. You will receive your meal, and you have a safe journey back to your home. We will have our Shivatri on Friday coming. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we will have 3 nights of Shiv Katha, and on Monday night, we will have Mahashivratri. We are also planning, we are going to have our 9 nights Yajna for Naratam, and during this course of this Naratam as well, the Mahasabha will have a Yatra. They will be visiting different temples. One of the temples that we'll be visiting is Sitaram Mandir, and so we look forward for your company, your support in these yajnas and this puja that is coming by. Kar ho jaye, let us have arti. हरि ओम साजयञ्च वरति समयुक्तं वाहिनयोजितं माया दीपगृहाण देवेशे त्रैलोक्यमिरापा आरती सेरा मायन जी की आरती श्री
रामायण जी की कीरत काले काल बेट सिया की आरती श्री रामायण
गावत ब्रह्मा तेक मुनि नारद गावत ब्रह्मा
तेक मुनि नारद वाल्मीक विज्ञान विशारद आरती श्री रामायण
सुख सनकारी शेषयरु शारद सुख
सनकारी शेषयरु शारद वर्णि पावन सुत कीरतने की आरती श्री रामायण
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की तीरथ काले काल बेट सिया की आरती श्री रामायण
संतत गावत शंभो भवानी
संतत गावत शंभु भवानी अवगत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी आरती श्री रामायण
व्यास या आदि कवि पोंग बकानी
व्यास आदि कवि पुंग बकानी आरती श्री रामायण
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की तीरथ काले काल लेट सिया की आरती श्री रामायण
चार हो वेर पुराण अष्टदश
चार वेद पुराण अष्टदश साहु सास सब कर्ण कोरस आरती श्री रामायण
तन मन धन तन के सरबस
तन मन धन संतन के सरबस सारयंत सम्मत सब ही की आरती श्री रामायण
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की तीरथ काले काल लेट सिया की आरती श्री रामायण
कलिमल हरने विषय रस पी की
कलिमल हरणी विषय रस पीके सुवाद श्रृंगार मोक्ति युवती आरती श्री रामायण
हर निरोग भव भूरियमी की
हर निरोग भव भूरियमी की नाथ महत सब वेदी तुलसी की आरती श्री रामायण
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
नीरत काले काले जसिया
आरती श्री रामायण
आरती श्री रामायण आरती
श्री रामायण
हरि मैली भई चुनरिया पिया कर कैसे जाओ मैली भई चुनरिया मैली भई चुनरिया पिया कर कैसे जाओ मैली भई चुनरिया पालापन माया में फंस कर बर में गाओ गाओ पालापन माया में फंस कर बर में गाओ गाओ नाचाया नाचा पर बाबा नाचाया नाचा बल बाबा नाका शीतल ताओ मैली भई चुनरिया मैली भई चुनरिया पिया कर कैसे जाओ मैली भई चुनरिया जावन बेजो भरम रमाते नारी नीर भरायो जावन बेजो बरम रमाते नारी नीर भरायो ऊंचा नीचा सूझत नहीं ऊंचा नीचा सूझत नहीं कौने गत पर जाओ मैली भई चुनरिया मैली भई चुनरिया पिया कर कैसे जाओ मैली भई चुनरिया गुरु से ज्ञान के ज्योति जगारो मैले मन भुलाओ गुरु से ज्ञान के ज्योति जगाओ मैले मन भुलाओ द्विज शिवदत्त कहे समुझावत द्विज शिवदत्त कहे समुझावत सतसंगन गन गाओ मैली भई चुनरिया मैली पिया कर कैसे जाओ मैली भई चुनरिया मैली भई चुनरिया पिया कर कैसे जाओ मैली भई चुनरिया. Let us put our hands together as we have our closing prayer. Hari Om. Mantrahinam kriyahinam भक्तिहीनं जनार्दन यत् पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धु सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि प्रेम से बोलो गजानन स्वामी की, उमापति महादेव की, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, प्रेम से बोलो सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय जय सीताराम. You may be seated as per the Bishop course of us. Devotees of God, you may take your seat. I sang a song of my Nana, and so we have reached a part of the Ramayana. When I read about 2 weeks ago, my mother said, boy, because we read the part where Kaushalya was telling her son Ram the greatness of his father-in-law Janak and the greatness of his father Dashrath. And my mother called me that same day. She said, boy, you had two stalwarts, my father and my father-in-law. What you read there is for them. So I have sung a bhajan that my Nana wrote, and my Aja was a great chautalis. If Krishna Kaka was here, he would have said, well, you know, Navina have voice like he. And he used to sing. Sami, play the drum. मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की,
मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की,
मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की,
मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की.
चरण बिना मुझे कुछ नहीं भावे,
चरण बिना मुझे कुछ नहीं भावे,
चरण बिना मुझे कुछ नहीं भावे,
चरण बिना मुझे कुछ नहीं भावे.
ज्योतिमाय सब स्वप्नन की, ज्योतिमाय सब स्वप्नन की, मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन 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 की.
भवसागर सब सुखा गया है,
भवसागर है सुखा गया है,
भवसागर सब सुखा गया है,
भवसागर है सुखा गया है,
पीर नहीं मुझे तरनन की, पीर नहीं मुझे तरनन की, मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की,
मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की.
मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की,
मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागे लगन गुरु चरणन की.
ओ जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी,
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी.
ओ जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी,
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी.
ओ जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी,
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी.
ओ लक्ष्मी माता देवी लक्ष्मी माता देवी, जय 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 लक्ष्मी माता देवी,
लक्ष्मी माता देवी लक्ष्मी माता देवी, जय 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 लक्ष्मी माता देवी.
ओ लक्ष्मी माता देवी लक्ष्मी माता देवी लक्ष्मी माता देवी लक्ष्मी माता देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी,
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी.
ओ जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी,
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा
Kali Mata Devi, Kali Mata Devi, Jai 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 Kali Mata Devi.
Kali Mata Devi, Kali Mata Devi, Jai 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 Kali Mata Devi.
O Kali Mata Devi, Kali Mata Devi, Kali Mata Devi, Kali Mata Devi, Jai 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 Kali Mata Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jai 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 Jagadamba Devi.
Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jai 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 Jagadamba Devi.
Amba Amba Jai Jagadamba, 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 Amba Amba Jai Jagadamba. Dum 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 Durga. Lam lam lalita.
Lam lalita.
Dum Durga.
Dum Durga.
Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jai 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 Jagadamba Devi, O Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jai 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 Jagadamba Devi, O Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jai 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 Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jai 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 Jagadamba Devi.
Durga Shakti.
Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Thank you, my devotees. You can receive your meals and so on, and please have a safe journey back to your home. Until we meet again, Jai Jai Sitaram.
Check out Navin Lalo Streaming Network for all your streaming needs. We provide multiple angles, video and photo slides, clean audio, recording of full live stream. Contact us at 335-0205. Remember the name, Navin Lalo Streaming Network, bringing real-time events to you.
For all your live events, make sure to choose Swanky Lights, where we specialize in all your lighting needs. Contact us at 358-9305. Swanky Lights.